Pretty much every historic practice, from Taoism to traditional Chinese medicine and even African spirituality, speaks about this one thing, and that is breath. Qi. Controlling the breath along with these three other factors can significantly improve and intensify the quality of your big O, your erection, your strength, and even your mood. One study found that people who breathed in pure oxygen significantly increased their testosterone levels, and also men with low blood oxygen levels tend to have lower testosterone. But being aware of your breath is the first thing. When you become aware of your breath and the associated mood to your level of breathing, you start to become aware to other people's breath too. In Tantra, one of the things that's practiced is synchronized breathing, and that's between you and your partner, either whilst being intimate or in the meditative state. In this state, you can see how the pace of breath impacts your mood, and breathing together can help accentuate and elevate intimacy and connection. But on a deeper level, you start to become more empathetic, more understanding, because you see someone with a faster breath, you can understand the associated mood they have with that. A shallow breath might mean they're anxious, they're excited, and controlled breath on the other end might mean that they're relaxed, they feel empowered, they feel in control. So how does this relate to the quality and intensity of your big O's and the release? Well, generally as men, when it comes time to being intimate, especially if it's the first time with a new partner and you're not trying to end up in a group chat, you're not trying to end up on Twitter being a 2-minute match up man, red card in the first 5 minutes, and you didn't even make it to the first half at 45 minutes, let alone helping us score any goals. That's a huge risk, and that anxiety in this modern social media age is nerve-wracking, and sometimes these nerves can lead to like a negative spiral where you think something bad is going to happen and what you fear the most happens. You have an inability to get it up. Breathing can change that cycle. Men, try this. Hack your body by hacking your breath. In the lead up, ensure you're always breathing deep. You're always breathing controlled, because there's a link between breath and the inability to get it up. And the way you hack yourself is by controlling your breathing. Take a deep breath and hold it for a few seconds and exhale and feel the change in your body, or just control your breathing. Ensure you're breathing deep, and if you're breathing deep, this enhances blood flow, and blood flow will boost nitric oxide in a sense, and this will help with getting hard, but more importantly, staying hard or staying in that particular moment. But generally, this is not just something you can do before. You can do this during, and you can do this after. But before we talk about the during and the after, let's dive into the second key factor, which is understanding your own personal peak and surfing it. Sort of like Max B, free the wave. So what do I mean by this? I mean understanding your point of no return. So this is the point at which if you kept on going, you're gonna let one fly, you're gonna pop. And at this point, you can edge yourself. And this is basically stopping stimulation for a short period of time to bring yourself back to a steady level. But if I'm honest, there's a level above this, and that's getting as close to the point of no return and using your breath control and your pelvic floor muscles to essentially reset yourself, restart. And you can essentially do this at any point. It's even past the point of no return when you become a master at it, but that's something we can discuss another time. At this point of no return, you squeeze the pelvic floor muscles tightly and take a deep breath, and that helps reset you. And essentially, that's the precursor to separating the big O from the liquid. But to do this, you need to master pelvic floor exercises, kegels, reverse kegels. And that leads us to the third factor. Men, if you see unwanted leakage after you go to the toilet, or you can't hold your urine for very long, this could be a sign that you have a weak pelvic floor. Both men and women should be doing kegels, and I'll speak about kegels more in the Men Upping Their Game virtual event. And this is a space I've created to help men solve the many issues we face in and out of the bedroom, from not being always rock hard, sometimes man's 50%, 60%. So sometimes having an inability to get it up or finish in too quickly, as well as not being able to bring our partner to consistent climax or the waterworks. With over 10 international experts delivering seminars online from the comfort of your home, you can learn from these workshops, and after these workshops you'll be able to master controlling your Johnson, key pleasure techniques, hidden gems for waterworks, and much more. Well, early bird tickets are sold out and over 50% of tickets have been sold already. So join in. It's on the 29th of June, and if you're watching after the 29th of June, there's something on the website for you too. So click the link in the description or right here, put that into your browser. There's something there for you. Join in, you won't regret it. So back to Kegels. The easiest form of Kegels you can do is holds. You're squeezing your muscle tight for a few seconds and releasing. But there are many apps you can download on the App Store. If you go to the App Store, just search Kegels and you can follow one of these key programs and improve on yourself. You'll see how it improves your level of control. So we've spoken about what you can do in the lead up. We've spoken about what you can do during to help reset yourself. But what can you do after, towards the end? Well, it's proven that us men, when we are about to let one fly, we tend to hold our breath, or we tend to shallow breathe. And if you think about it, you will have an elevated heart rate during this time, which doesn't necessarily mean better oxygen delivery. With deeper breathing at the point of letting it go, the big O, you can increase the intensity and the duration of it. And this is for both men and women. As a man who's mastered his breath, you can do this exercise with your partner, helping her control her breath before, during, and after, and this will significantly impact things and improve the intensity of things. And the last factor is herbs, but I'll discuss this in more detail during the Men Up in Their Game event. The body is remarkable, and there's key things you can do to improve yourself at any age. Even if you're in your 50s, you can still do a lot. Do not accept the status quo or what is happening to you as normal. You cannot change what you tolerate. So if you tolerate the inability to do things to get it up, you will never be able to change that. So come to the virtual conference and up your game. And also, big thank you. The last video we did hit 20k, a lot of new subscribers. So welcome everyone to the community. This is a space like no other. No toxicity, just the truest people with the cleanest hearts trying to make an impact on their lives, their family's lives, their partner's life, and in the world. So that's the end of the video. Before you go, check out this video on how to control your Johnson and stay tuned. See you guys soon. Peace.